everybody. Welcome back to the show. Today we have an awesome guest who is practically family. Michael, he is a New York City realtor, investor, motivational speaker, and he has his own show called Living Your Truth. So please help me welcome Mike to the show.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate you.
Yes, of course, of course. Thanks for coming. So it feels good to have somebody that feels like family and also knows exactly like what real estate is like, doing content, have your own show. So can we bring it back a little bit about your real estate journey? Because I know most of the platform is real estate related. So we're going to talk about how you got started in real estate and how it was for you, especially in New York City. It's not a tough market to start.
It's not. It's not at all. So basically, when I got started in real estate, I got started because Jeffrey Williams, he's a close friend of my dad's. And, at that time frame, I was so stuck because I was just in college and I was playing football. And ideally, I already knew at that time, I was like, man, I always told my mom that I wouldn't go transfer unless I got a scholarship. So when I realized I didn't get the scholarship, you know how that go. You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh, man.
That was like the only time really in my life, I feel, that I had to deal with being like, I didn't look at it like that, but with a little bit of depression.
Right. Like you feel disappointed in yourself. And...
Because ideally, I always told my mom I was going to go to the NFL. That's how I always thought about I was going to become a millionaire, things like that. And just
Mama, we going to make it.
Exactly. So ideally, when that didn't happen, I literally went up to Jeff. I knew Jeff my whole life, but I never asked Jeff the right question, which was like, yo, Jeff, what is it that you do? Jeff already was buying cars and, he had different houses.
Toys.
Everything that you would want to see, you know what I mean? And how you want to live, ideally. And when I asked him that day, he just like, yo, man, I sell real estate and I work for Colgate. And I was like, yeah, what's real estate? He was like, yo, you standing in it. And I was like, kind of thrown off. You know what I mean?
Like, what you mean? Like,
because I'm 18.
The carpet's real estate?
I was lost. And he was like, yo, hold on. He rolled to the back. He comes back out. He comes back out. And he's like, yo, he showed me a $25,000 check. So at that time frame, of course, like any kid, I'm like, hold on.
Sign me up.
Anything I was doing before, I need to find out how to do this right now. You understand what I'm saying? And ideally, he just like, man, if I could do this, you can do this. And literally, man, he was there with me every step of the way, like when I took the test and everything like that. And that's how I got started.
That's great. So what time frame was this that you actually started? Like what year? Was it pre-COVID, after COVID?
Oh, no. This was in 2014.
Oh, 2014.
Yeah, 2014. So that was years ago now.
Almost a decade now.
Yeah. Because now I done got my real estate broker's license now. Yeah, a lot of time went by, but it was tough, like you said, like starting out. Everybody think you're gonna make money right away, like the first month, second month.
That you're gonna get the $25,000 check.
Right. That's what I was striving for, though. You know what I'm saying? Of course, but I did door knocking crazy. I've been doing it. And I think for me, the real transition was the communication.
Yeah.
Because it's like coming from where I come from, use a lot of slang and that don't really go together in that, with real estate.
In that world.
Professionalism, that's all.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So something new that you had to learn, like communicating with people and trying to get their business, right? As a new real estate, like, hey, I'm a real estate person. Like, okay, well, what do you know? You just started, right?
You got to think about, I'm 19, 18 years old. That right there is already, I'm knocking on the door. Hey, how you doing? My name is Mike. I just was door knocking in the area. Just wanted to know, do you know anybody interested in selling or buying real estate? Looking like, man, you should be serving me cookies. You know what I mean? Like Girl Scouts.
You want to buy my real estate?
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
It was. And but the good thing was I was out there. And a lot of people, those key people that like the properties that I end up selling, it's so crazy. It was due to me actually showing up. It had nothing to do with skill, nothing.
Right.
These people saw me, I was young, and they're like, man, I really love that you even out here, man. Seeing a black man like this, young man out here doing this instead of doing what the typical is doing.
Right.
Man, I'm going to support it. Don't worry. When I sell my house, I'm coming to you. I gave them my car with pride.
Yeah.
And people done called me 2 years later, a year later. Wow. And that's how I got the business. That's how I really got started.
Yeah, that's so interesting that you say this, because I've gotten listings the same way where people just see me like young, hungry, and ambitious.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people want to will somebody like that will actually value your business.
Right.
And it's when you get to a certain point, there may be some realtors who are just like, they're just used to listings coming, so they're not as hungry anymore because it comes. So I think so many people want that. And I think it's so important not to ever lose that. 100%. Like be that same hungry young person that you were since day one.
Yeah. That can't leave because ideally that energy is what's needed to continue to succeed. You know what I'm saying? You got to always keep that hunger. You got to revive the hunger.
Right, right. How can you feed that again?
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And sometimes, you know, as you get older, it's sometimes being with the younger crowd, the newer people, you know, training people. That's how you stay active. I feel for myself, you know, always trying to inspire people, because when it's no longer about you, who is it about?
Right. What is it for then?
What is it exactly? But I realized it was never about me. It was about people. I wanted to always serve people and help.
Right. So are you doing, because you talked about training people and really like just, you know, giving back. So what are you doing like to be involved with the community, like for kids? Like, are you doing anything for that?
Yeah, normally. So I normally go to school, especially like career days, or sometimes people I know in schools, they'd be like, oh, Mike, can you come talk to the kids?
Yeah, that's cool.
You know
that's
what I mean?
Cool.
So for me, I really love to do that. Even with Rikers Island, I sometimes go with Jeff, actually. You know, we share a platform together. Yeah, we started a program there. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We go into the jails, we speak to the incarcerated, you know, and the whole idea is, man, when you came from the same place and you're getting a different result, you want to bring everybody. You want to show everybody that way, that it's possible. But the first things first is that I always say you got to work on yourself and you got to understand what you want. It's not about what I want for my life. Right. You know.
So you guys are going and speaking. What are the topics that you're talking about? Like investing, you know, once they get out, like how they can invest? Like what are some of the things you and Jeff are talking about?
So in Rikers, so basically what we're just speaking about is like, hey, look, guys, ideally everybody want to get out.
Right? Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's the first goal. Yeah.
But I tell them now.
Yeah.
You here for a reason. You messed up.
Yeah.
You have to think, what am I going to do when I get out?
Yes.
Before you actually want to be released. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because
what do you want to do that? Yeah.
But like, what are you gonna do? Because if you don't have the plan when you go out, what you gonna do? You'll probably do the same things you was doing. It's possibly gonna leave you back in, and hopefully not. It don't leave you there for life, possibly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole idea. We just try to get them into working on themselves every day. Don't matter where
mentality.
they are.
And that's so true, because I think, you know, we probably know a lot of people that once they go to jail once, there's that 10 times likely to go back over and over again, right? And that's where you get that life, right? So if you can help them transition on their first sentence, they don't ever have to return back there, and they can, you know, turn the life around, learn how to invest. Like, it's not too late.
No, it's never too late. It's never too late.
Yeah.
It's never too late. I mean, it's made up. I mean, you see, the good thing about social media is that you see the success stories at all different, you know, people make the excuse about kids. About age. You know what I mean? This is not being a grandmother. Whatever you want to say.
Whatever it is.
Somebody's grandmother right now just started something, and they have major traction, they're making money, you know what I'm saying, doing something that they love. Maybe it's just cooking. So ideally,
whatever it is,
the excuse is out the window.
It's
up to us.
Exactly. I love that. So I mean, I love that you're helping that, you're giving back to the community. But you have some experience in the jail. Not to say you went to jail, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But absolutely. It kind of hits home a little bit.
That's a whole other thing. That's actually
we'll talk about on the next show.
That's a whole other thing. Yeah. This is small.
Yeah.
I did actually get locked up.
You did?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I would have never.
But it was literally for a weekend.
So you spent a weekend.
It was a fight, but it was an experience because I should have never been there.
Okay, so it was a good learning experience for you. Like, damn, what am I doing here?
I'm done with fighting. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Like, from that point on, I don't even think I had another fight, to be honest.
Wow.
And it's just about avoiding.
That was something that you needed then.
100%.
To show you, like, stop. That's it.
It's no need. Just wrong place, wrong time. Things you could have walked away from. You got to pick your battles. And sometimes it's not even worth the action, because what it could do to you possibly, it's no telling, man. That whole event could have literally ruined my whole life.
Right. Oh yeah.
Like, I could
for what?
Exactly. This is literally in 2013, right before I got the license the next year. Think about that.
Oh my God. And imagine that. You would have never been able to start. You would have never been able to impact anybody that you are. And that's what I want a lot of people to think about too. The people that may have those anger issues, and that, you know, people say to me, because I rarely get angry. Yeah. I never get into fights. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Right. And people are like, how are you not mad? It's the principle. I'm like, what principle? Where's it? For me, right? Because I'm like, it's not worth it to me. Yeah, and it's not worth me being upset about it. Because I go by the, if you won't be upset about it 5 years from now, don't spend 5 minutes getting upset over it.
I love that.
Because it really will not matter. Yeah. Like, whatever it is will not matter 5 years from now.
100%.
So well, that was a good little story about that. So okay,
I don't even talk about that. It's only for your show.
That was good. That was good. So now we have a little background.
Yeah.
So you have both in and out experience in the jail.
Small in for me.
Small in and
yeah. On the other side, I worked there. I worked as a correction officer in New York City, Rikers, for 5 years. I did from 2016 to 2021.
Okay.
And ideally for me, that whole experience, it helped me build character. I looked at it a little different because I did a lot of hours in there. Or anybody that's an officer, no, do a lot of hours.
You do overtime like crazy as a correctional officer.
Yeah, it's inevitable. You can't avoid it. But one thing you can always do is just have a better attitude. So my whole thing was never to complain too much because it wasn't getting me nowhere anyway.
Right.
It's still go to 6 main C. You know what I'm saying? It's still the same thing. I'm still going to hear it. So you got to just learn to deal with it. That's what the job taught me. It's like to be able to adapt, you pivot. And I feel like if I could make it there, I could make it anywhere, to be honest, because that environment is just different. It really tests your character because you're dealing with, talking about, ignorant people. You're dealing with people, all walks of life. That's the thing.
Will come in. And
all walks of life. You gotta engage. You have to talk to them. You have to, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? You don't have to, you're not there to judge. You got to do a job, right? To see them for who they are. Right. Ideally, care, custody, and control. Yeah. That's what corrections is all about. So ideally, it's funny I even remember that still. But
care, custody, and control.
It's within
all of our corporate values are like embedded in our head.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's crazy off the top. But what I'm just saying is that job really helped build my character up. I really feel. I don't regret doing it or nothing like that. I met a lot of great people there. You know what I'm saying? Great relationships.
It's a part of who you are at the end of the day.
It really is. And you know what's funny? I really, even with the incarcerated, I work with the adolescents in RNDC. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was the 16, 17-year-olds. And they went up to like 18, 19, 20. So ideally working with them, it was perfect for me because I was, at the time frame, I was 20. When I started, I was 22 when I started. So I was young. You got to think about it. They're 17, 18. I could be an older brother to them.
Right. So they can look at you a little differently. Not like, who's this old man coming telling me what? Now it's a little more relatable. Like, bro. Yeah, I was going to say, bro, talk to me about,
Exactly. So I think that was the biggest transition because I'm not even used to. Remember, I got to give them direct orders and stuff. It's a little awkward for me because I'm like, I don't even like really telling people what to do necessarily. You know what I'm saying? I like to advise.
Yeah.
But tell you what to do is a whole nother thing. I'm not your parent. I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you, but then it's up to you to take
You got to do what you got to do. Yeah. So that was an adjustment I had to make. But it helped me though because it made me more, how would I say it? It just made me more stern. Like, and it's a word for it. I'm mad I can't get it. It's a word for it. It's
like more like
assertive.
Oh, assertive.
There we go.
Okay.
Assertive is the word.
Yeah.
Made me more assertive. You know, because I know myself. Sometimes I could be too calm. In times where it's not needed. Somebody's being too rough or over the top.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like a little too nice sometimes. Yeah,
it's no line. And I had to learn how to draw the line in there because lines get crossed in there.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Or people get taken advantage of.
Right. You have to set that boundary.
Exactly. And these things can happen outside. It's not just in jail.
Yeah, anywhere.
That's anywhere. Your family do it to your friends. It don't matter who
family, there's no boundaries or lines.
That's what I'm trying to say. But look, it should be though. And it's nothing wrong with that. You understand what I'm saying? Because and we should all have that mutual respect for each other.
Right.
If you say you couldn't do something, all right, cool. Yeah. It's all good.
That's
you know
fine.
What I mean?
I shouldn't be mad at you.
I'm mad at you. But look, those things happen in jail. Can you open up the pantry for me? Nah, not right now. Give me 5 minutes. What? Bro, with they mad. But look, if you just get up and open up the door every time, guess what's gonna happen?
They're gonna get used to that.
It's like a baby. They get used to it. Now it's like the moment you say no, you're a bad person. You're this. But you just got to be assertive. Understand that. Hey, look, I have time too. I have a bunch of other things to attend to. Right. We all know that. They know the job. They there all the time. You know what I'm saying? Value my time. I value your time. I'm not disrespecting you. That's how we're gonna operate. That's how you should operate.
That's how you should. That is so good because I think like people like us, we might be people pleasers sometimes, and we just want to say yes, yes, yes.
Right.
And my coach actually recently told me, she's like, if you keep saying yes to something, you're saying no to something else that means something to you. Yeah. And I'm like, the more that I just agree to do this, I'll do this for you, I'll do this, then it's taking away from something else. 100%. And it could be something I need to do or just something that is like maybe a value to me that I'm like, no, I really shouldn't be doing that. But I'm only saying yes because I'm like, let me just do it because I don't want you to get my nerves.
Yeah. And we all been there, you know. But we talking about the calm people like me and yourself.
Right.
That's the struggle, right? So it's just like, man, learning that, and maybe you don't get the, correction experience, but just learning that it matters. That's what I'm saying. The job taught me that life lesson.
Right.
And now it makes me a stronger person as an entrepreneur, right? That you definitely got to value the time. You can't do everything. You definitely cannot do everything.
Yeah.
I've been there. I went to every birthday. I went to every graduation.
Yeah.
Or I did it because I lacked so much time when I was in there.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So now I'm trying to make up time.
Right, now you're trying to make up time with people. Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Interesting.
It's so crazy, you know? And not to say that those events is not important, but look, I have other important things to do as well.
You can't make everything.
Can't make everything.
Yeah, that's important too, because like I'm learning that too, right? For example, my friend Jasmine, it was just her birthday Friday. They're all going out on Friday. I'm like, I'm so big. I can't even like think about going to Manhattan on Friday night, and then we have interviews Saturday. Like, I'm so sorry, but you know what? We're going to a meetup on Saturday. Let me take y'all for lunch.
That's
cool.
It
worked for her. It worked for me, and it's like, I'm even learning that you don't have to say yes to everything because it's just going to take up time. You can fit it where it needs to be, and you don't have to make every event.
That's
you know?
it.
Yeah.
And look, Jasmine, shout out to Jasmine because she must be a real friend. Because she didn't get upset at you.
Yes,
she understood.
Exactly.
You guys pivoted. Yes. You guys made it work. You still spent that quality time.
Exactly.
And that's all that really matters.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's important. So that's good that your job taught you that structure. Because I mean, I come from that same background where it's a background where that demand, right? Utility. We have a storm with this. We got to work nights. We got to do this. Right. So I can relate. But you leaving your job, right? A lot. I think there's people that feel like they're in that space where they want to leave to do real estate or motivational speaking or pocket, whatever they want to do. Right. How did you feel and what made you say like, all right, I'm going full in to whatever it is and getting away from W-2 world?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, I already told one of my partners, man, and it was two of my partners actually. Shout outs to my man Perry and Moscoso.
Shout out to Perry and Moscoso.
yeah, Moscoso was my last partner, but Perry was my partner when I first got on the job. But ideally, I told them both, I say, yo, bro, this is my last rodeo here. Like in general, like with jobs. You know what I'm saying?
You just felt like that.
If I lose this job, after this job, I'm done with jobs. I'm just going to bet on myself. You knew that in
your head.
Yeah, I'm just going to bet on myself because what it is like you got to have purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not against jobs. Because if that was in my field of like what I want to do, it's different. If it was regarding real estate, maybe a management company, something.
But sometimes
totally
you
different.
enjoy.
Yeah, it's
and you
totally
can
different.
Yeah.
Corrections had nothing to do with anything I wanted to do. Nothing. Had nothing to do with it. It wasn't even, honestly, it wasn't even aligned with anything. Like who I even am as a person, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's, I love that you said that.
I had incarcerated individuals literally telling me like, yo man, why are you here?
Why are you here?
This is officers, you know, the incarcerated individuals. This is captain. It didn't matter.
Right.
People question like, man, why you here, man? You know what I mean? Because you seem so different. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you should be doing something else. So when you hear that over and over throughout your career, that's 5 years. You got to think about it. It's like, man, I got to start listening to them a little bit. I already talk to myself. Yeah. But when you hearing people tell you over and over, it got to be some type of truth.
It's got to be something.
You know what I'm saying?
So that kind of helps you, give you that encouragement to like, you know what, if they see it, it's like, I'm not just going crazy, the only one believing in myself. Other people are around me that believe in me for like reassurance to do it.
Absolutely. But before anything, the job was always a platform because I was always selling real estate because I got the license before I got in there. Ideally, I was like, I'm going to go in here. Nobody knew I sold. Let me just tell you the whole philosophy, right? I said, I'm going to go in here. Nobody needs to really know I'm doing this. It's a low-key type of job. It's not a job with, unless you told people that you do it, nobody would know you do it. Right? Unless they came to jail. I mean, unless they ran into you.
Right. Me and you got a secret.
I had somebody literally see me like, yo, I thought I saw you on Rikers. I was like, yeah, me? Nah, you didn't see me on Rikers. No. But ideally, I used the job as a platform to actually get me where I am today. Which that was from the start. So I'm coming here. These people need guidance for real estate, right? Some of them don't own anything. Some of them may own something. They want to get rid of it. Ideally, they want a trusted source to go to. So ideally, come to me and my team, and we'd be able to help you guys. You know what I'm saying? And ideally, I thought leaving the job, it wasn't only about me though, right? When I got to that 5th year, I had to think, man, that's 5 years of hearing people complain about the job. You gotta remember that I'm taking on everybody's energy that's in the job. People I talk to,
whatever
how bad the job is, where it's going, how bad it's going, where it came from, all the complaining.
There's always the complaint. Oh, it never used to be like this.
Right. Oh, you already know. So so ideally, hearing all of that, I realized I left for them. It's to help them, to show them like, hey, look, you don't need this job as much as you think you do. It's all a mindset thing.
It's a mindset.
So if I was to leave and succeed without the job, guess what? They're like, man, maybe I could do that. Yeah. They don't have to be in real estate, but I'm just saying.
Anything. Anything that actually like fulfills you and that you love. Because there's nothing bad about having a job. But like you said, there's no alignment. There's no alignment. Like and people say like, all right, you need a good job, right? To make good money, this and that. But there's no like when I started out, I started a utility company, and I didn't wake up like, oh my God, I can't wait to work on a transformer and a circuit breaker. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Like that didn't thrill me. Like, it was terrible. Yeah. So I'm like, I wasn't excited to go work outside all day. It's freezing cold, that. But like people like my dad, he loves it. He will go to sleep thinking about that. He wears his work. He's retired. He still wears his work clothes.
Wow.
Like I'm telling you,
that's
like,
crazy. Yeah.
For people like that. So it's like, I love that you said the alignment, because it may not necessarily be like leaving your job with this, but finding a job or a business or real estate that aligns with what you want to do.
100, you have to. That's what I'm saying. If like this stuff, man, it matters. Like even that's how we even came up with the show, me and my girl Alicia, like coming up with the show Living Your Truth. Because a lot of us are just doing things. Yeah. And a lot of this stuff don't even align with us. You know, we're just doing things. Right. People who've been on a job, right? I'm just bring a random job up. Maybe a retail job. Maybe you work at Macy's. Right. My whole thing is, all right, cool, you're at Macy's. Yeah. You have no plan. You needed a job. Cool. Yeah. You're there though. You're there.
Exactly.
How long do you plan on being at that entry level? 5 years, 10 years? Yeah. The rest of your career? Why? You might as well find another job. Right. Because guess what? You know what you're going to do? You're going to complain about the money. Yeah. You're going to complain about how much time it is, or you feel like you're wasting your time. Yeah, you're going to be miserable. So what I'm saying, if you don't have no plan to move up in your job, you might as well leave that job. Yeah. That's what I'm at. You might as well go. You might as well just leave. Yeah. Because what is the ultimate purpose of you being there? Right, right. Does it align with you? Yeah. Are you in the right position? Yeah. Is this even the right job for you? Yeah. Are you just trying to pay a bill? You need to know these things and then give it a time frame, because most likely you probably need to move on. Yeah, and maybe it's time to move on. And that's something that Isaiah's my fiance, he was listening to a podcast, and they said that too. Like, your job is just a vehicle. Like, you're not meant to just stay in that car the whole time. It's either you're moving on to this, or you need to step out and transfer to the next thing and go there. So it's not meant for you to stay there forever, especially if it's not something you want to do. Like you said, you get a lot of experience from that. So it's something you learn from, and you needed that piece to now go here. Because probably without that structure, that training, that communication, you probably wouldn't have that for this. No, 100%. That's why I said I never downplay the job and the experience. I don't regret it, nothing like that. But my whole thing is, I just tell people, like, these things just have to align with you, man. And if it don't, it's okay to move on. You don't gotta apologize about it. It just don't align with okay. Like you said, you gotta live in your truth. Let's talk about that too, because you recently started a show. Yeah. Maybe 2 months ago, right? So it's a very new show. Can you talk about like what made you want to start a show and talk about that? Like just being authentic and having no filter, no shame, talking exactly like living in your truth. Yeah. Well, ideally it's because from not doing it, right? Majority of the time I just feel like it was a passion project me and Alicia came up with. And ideally I realized my own life by meeting her and getting with her. You understand what I'm saying? Where I'm like, man, she was telling me like, oh, you know, you don't have to live this way, right? Where you walking on eggshells with females. And you know how when you got a partner, you know, you a lot of times you bend for something that may offend them. That's why you can't be yourself. You're like, oh, I wouldn't want to show this side because I'm gonna offend them, or you know, I don't want to make them upset. You know what I'm saying? But ideally, it's like, why do we feel that way? Why can't we be ourselves? I be myself with my friends. Right. So why can't we be with your partner? How am I live with my girl and then I can't be on my wife and I can't be myself? I gotta hide things, and that's weird. That's first of all, too much energy. You understand? It's just so much of the wrong things, and it's like you gotta be yourself, man. And people that whoever's with you, your partner, they have to be okay with that. They have to embrace your character for who you are. It's not about your finances, none of that. It's about your character. Yeah. So that's pretty much, it's a passion project. We want more people to live like that. It's not just about relationships neither. It's about even the single people dating, exploring the dating scene and trying to find a partner. It's like, look, don't just look for a spouse. Don't just look for a significant other. Look for a partner. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because your partner is the same way you would look at your best friend. When things go on with yourself, you could tell your best friend almost anything, correct? Almost anything. It can sound crazy, right? Yeah. Girl, you're not gonna believe what happened. You are not. Yeah. No judging, no shame. Like, it's okay. I ain't gonna judge you. And listen, that feels good. Yeah, it does. Like, when you can tell your partner that, like me telling Alicia something that's like I will only tell my boys. man,
Yeah.
that feels great.
Oh,
Or
I'm sure.
all my guys could be around and we could still have any conversation without me being in trouble, as they would say.
Yeah. Like, exactly. Like, what were we just talking about?
What was you just talking about? Like, damn, hold on. I hope
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm tired of men living like that. I'm tired of women living like that. That's where I'm at with things. And for me, I'm just inspiring people to find a true happiness. You know what I'm saying? Find true love. And it's within themselves. Just loving themselves like that, having the courage to be themselves.
Right.
Don't apologize about it.
Yeah. So how was that transition, right? Because if most people are coming from that world where they like kind of had to hide things, they didn't share everything with their partner. How was that for you now getting into that relationship and like now normalizing that? Was it a weird transition or did it just happen and you just kind of like let it flow from there? Like, what was that like?
Well, definitely is you know, you got PTSD, of course, naturally. Because certain things is like, oh, you know, she'd be like, oh, you know, you don't got to do that, right? And I'd be like, yeah. And it's funny because I laugh because she's right. She been already made me feel that way. Yeah. This is just me versus me again because that was my norm.
Yeah.
My norm was to avoid like, I know this may make her upset.
Right.
So look, perfect example. Chrissy texts me. Boom, possible woman screen. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
She probably seen that. I think she's seen that. Damn, I see the attitude. You can feel the energy. Maybe it's not even the words. Just I can feel it.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with that no more. I'm telling you right now. Man, that is the most beautiful thing. I'm speaking as a man for sure because the men can relate to that, but women can too. Ideally, I know people can relate to that.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you got to find that sooner than later. And if you are with somebody, y'all got to get to that point because y'all stressing yourselves out, trying to hide things, trying to hide too much feelings. Be true with each other. Y'all should know each other like that. Y'all should know what each other don't like, dislike, whatever, and like. And ideally, it's just embracing each other for who y'all are. Right. And of course, ultimately, we're here to make each other better. I'm not here to frown upon you, nothing. I want you to feel like okay that you can talk to me and mean it. Right. I just tell you that. Oh, tell me, baby. Now you mad at me for the next week.
You're mad.
I'm sleeping on the couch. This is reckless.
You should never tell me that.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna be honest, I ain't sleeping on nobody's couch because I pay bills. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. So that's interesting. I mean, I love that you're bringing that to light, especially having a show about it. You could talk about it. But are you guys giving advice to people? Because it's a good concept, right? Just be you. Yeah. But in real time, like what advice are you giving people to actually implement that and make sure it's not causing any like additional friction in the relationship?
Yeah. So ideally, so we actually a lot of topics that we talk about is coming from people that we know, people that we don't know. You know, they write on our social media. We even now going to start incorporating like their questions like as like a screenshot and get in our video to make them feel more involved. So we can, it's like we're talking directly to them. You know what I'm saying? Because people need people. People need experiences other people's experiences to learn where maybe what they want and maybe what having the courage to live like that. So we try to do that within the show. That's why we both on the show. And we talk about things and we address questions and ideally, man, we just try to we're very consistent. So we're literally posting week in and week out and taking questions. We even DMs, whatever the case is, we talk to people. So ideally, we just want to give people the courage to be themselves. Yeah. Therefore, they can have anything that they want in this world. I don't care what it is. Yeah. If it's your love life, if it's happiness, if it's finances, trust me, you're going to get there. But it's first understanding who you are and understanding what you want.
Right. You need a lot of that, especially if you, whatever it is, your business, finance, like you said, relationship, if you don't understand who you are, if you don't work on yourself, 100%. It's going to be very hard to get there. And I mean, I'm sure you are too. I'm a big person about self-development, education, self-care, things like that. And it seems like you guys are also doing a lot of that.
100%. Yeah. You have to. It's not, and it don't end. You know, people think because you get successful, it just stops. All right, cool. I'm good. I have success. But we already know success is literally yesterday. Like, today I want to be successful. I want to be successful every day. It's not just last year, 2 days ago. Nah, this is every day I want to be. I always tell people, don't really stress yourself about being perfect. Just plan on being better. That's it. Yeah. Be a better person every day. My email signature is 1% better every day. Oh, I noticed it. Yeah, that's cool. That's funny. I love that. Yeah. Ideally, that's what it is. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves. We think that we got to just get to the top of the ladder very quick. Of course, you want to, if you can, make it there.
Yeah, go ahead.
But just know you just skipped some steps though. Yeah. You did. And that can make you crumble faster. Yeah, it can bring you right back down just as fast as you got there. It sure can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially all the important things and people you could have met in between that. Yeah. Like, I love this in-between stage. I love the okay, maybe things aren't working out here, but things working out here. The people that can meet in the journey. And that's what I'm even trying to learn more is
enjoying the journey and not so much thinking about the destination or where I want to go. It's just like the journey is what's important, not so much like the end goal.
Absolutely. So it's funny, an older guy had told me, he was like, man, you know, you don't want to get, he was already like 75, but he was like, man, Mike, it was actually my owner, seller. And he's like, yeah, Mike, man, I love everything you're doing, man. You really seem like you're just doing it your way. And I'm like, nah, I appreciate you. He's like, yeah, man, you know, you never want to live this life hitting my age and then regretting what you didn't do.
Right.
Because you was either scared, somebody held you back, whatever excuse, because it's really just excuses, right? Exactly. Either you got it your own way or you let somebody else get it your way. And that's why you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But live this life the way you feel best is for you. That's it. It's no black and white to like living this life.
Yeah, exactly. It's no whatever it looks like to you. And success, like you were saying too about success, it's like what is success? Right? Success is what it means to you. Life is what it means to you. Like living in your truth is like it's what you want it to be. 100%. Not like what society says, okay, get a house, a job, and a car. Cool. Once you get that and then you're miserable, then what's next? Then what's next? So it's like you have to just do what you want and just live from that. So I love that you have the show. So where is the show heading? It's a new show. It's getting out there. You're gaining a lot of traction already. Yeah. So where is the show heading now?
Like at this moment, we actually gonna start most likely interviewing people. That's probably what we're gonna get into. Cool. Like, which is gonna be cool. Yeah. And not just like this could be anybody. Yeah. Meaning like all walks of life, because the number one thing is, like I said, we're trying to help inspire people. Yeah. That looks like us, right? Right. Day-to-day people. It's not about success level or just straight successful people. It's about day-to-day people, right? Yeah. They got an end goal. The end goal is to get to your happiness. Right. Yeah. Whatever that looks like. I don't know what that looks like. Yeah. But let's find this out. Like let's figure this out. Like where are you at and how could we get you to that point? Yeah, that's exactly. The goal. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome. We love that. So that'll be good. You'll be 7 people. Maybe me and Zay will come on the show. Oh yeah, have to. It's our craziness. It's cool though. Yeah. Look, it's normal though. That's one thing I love about the show too, honestly. Because anybody can relate. I don't care how much money it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Because we all want love. We all want that. A partner. We want that. Exactly. We want that feeling of being, I can be myself. Right. Everybody wants that. I'm sure everyone wants that. And normalizing it. Like it's okay to like, doesn't have to be a perfect relationship. No. Right? But if we don't feel like we need to hide anything, we be comfortable and communicate. Because I think 100%. A lot of couples do not communicate. Don't talk about it. And that is like one of the big, besides like finances, that's like the second reason for divorce is that it's just there's not enough communication. Like people aren't saying how they feel. And that was even like me and Isaiah's first, like we weren't communicating exactly how we felt. Right. So there's a big gap. So it's like, it's huge to be able to be comfortable with somebody and talk 100%. About how you feel and just be you. Yeah. And especially like in our community too. That's why I think it's so big. That's why I say the show is definitely not about me and Alicia. We're just like, it's just where it started. Right. Right. But it's a lot of people that it's going to touch and it's going to change their lives and hopefully help shape their lives in the way that they would want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially people that look like us. You know what I'm saying? Because where we come from, I mean, to be honest, our parents didn't communicate the best. No. You know I come from divorced parents, so I don't even know what that communication is. You understand what I'm saying? So you probably possibly took on a lot of things that you saw. You know what I mean? And that's normal, right? Right. But ideally, it's not about taking it on and seeing it. That's the experience for us. But it's about what we get from it and how can we make it better. Right. How can we make it better? We don't want to normalize this because we don't even like this. Yeah. Exactly. Am I right or wrong? Yeah. Like, we don't even like this, but then we don't even like this concept. People. What are we doing? Yeah. But it's because you don't want to go against what's normalized, right? What society wants for us. That's the issue. Forget what society wants. Yeah. What do you want? Yeah. That is so because I feel like the old school relationship, it's like it's either one, you're divorced, or two, don't get your feelings involved. They don't want to hear about that. They don't want to do counseling. Right. It's like, oh, whatever. And my dad makes fun of me like, oh, you guys talk about his mental health. Everybody's sensitive and stuff. But I'm like, no, but there's a way. He's like, he's like, he's just sensitive. Everybody, I'm like, no, mental health's a thing. No, but no, he don't believe in that. No, he's like, it's just an excuse for extra courses. That's funny. No, people need. But look, that's what the show is also for. Right. I'm hoping it's therapeutic, right? Yes, it's a platform and it's a community where people can be themselves. They can voice their pain without being judged. Like, without being judged. It's more like the community is supposed to be like, all right, if you had a problem with a partner, I'm dealing with the same issue, Mike. I got a problem with my partner. He's not communicating well, whatever. And it's like, well, how long you been with the partner? I've been with them 5 years. Yeah, we're about to get married. Wait, hold on, sis. Yeah. Y'all can't be about to get married. You just said that you have a huge issue, which is communication. What do you think is going to happen with the marriage?
Yeah, it's not going to fix it.
And a lot of times what people think is going to get, what do we think is going to fix relationships? Babies and marriage.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people think that. Yeah.
Happens all the time. Yeah. I love you so much. Yeah, I love you. We end up having a kid. Yeah. You think the man gonna change. You think the woman gonna change. Nothing changed. It actually got worse. And now we here in America. Yeah. I'm about to take everything that you don't already have. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's bad. It's bad. Yeah. It's a bad cycle. And we see it happen all the time. I'm just tired of normalizing it. I'm tired of condoning it. Right. And me not saying nothing is condoning it.
Yeah.
So that's why
I love that. I love that you guys are leading that platform for that. So that's good. So for the future of the show, do you guys see yourself doing more public speaking events, like being in front of people, like let's say whether it's a conference or just hosting people? Do you see that happening live?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, without a doubt. Like I told Alicia, I said, look, man, I'm planning on bringing this same couch on the stage.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
And doing it live. With real people, real interaction, same way we right here talking, having good conversations that matter, man. And it matters so much in your life, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was really thinking to myself, talking to my good friend Dominique Warren, and I found out he had bone cancer, but I went to see him literally yesterday. Yeah. And one of the things I mentioned to him, like after all, like his circumstances, and we were just talking, I'm like, yo, as much as we value money and making money, I'm like the 4 pillars of life, right? Health, wealth, love, and happiness. That's what people care about the most. Yeah. A lot of times we put money before everything, right?
Yeah.
But I started thinking like, man, I'm like, love really matters, man.
It does.
Like, without that support that he has right now in that hospital, he feel like he wouldn't even be in, like, he wouldn't be in that stage of progress if it wasn't for the love he's getting from strangers, from family, from friends, from his partner.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Money can give
so I'm like, right now you don't even care about money. That's what you're trying to tell me. He said, nah, don't. It's the last thing he's thinking about.
Yeah, the last thing.
So why we got this on a pedestal so much?
That is so crazy. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're always like chasing the bet, like chasing it so we can get the most money and everything so that we can hopefully fuel happiness and that. But that's so true because it's like that's the last thing you're thinking about when you're actually sick or not healthy or anything. Yeah.
Exactly. And it goes back to health. Obviously, he's not in the best condition. Right. So that's why health should be number one. Yeah. Because without health, you can't be that happy. Yeah. Most likely you're not going to be as happy.
Yeah.
The love part, I mean, you're going to, hopefully you still have that loved one. That's why partners matter. Because they should be there whether you're feeling good or whether you're feeling bad.
Whatever it is, exactly.
Sick or whatever.
Yeah.
And the money aspect, I mean, that's like the last on the list, actually. Because when your health ain't right, that's the last thing you're thinking about.
The last thing. Right, because nothing else matters. Right? If you're healthy or
But you know what's crazy? The catch-22 is this, right? And I had to stop myself because I was in my thought just talking about it.
Yeah.
I said, but you know what's so crazy? In America, money matters because it frees you up to focus on those things. The health, your happiness.
Yes. If you set yourself up right, then yes, money can fuel that and give you the freedom to focus on your health, wealth, and happiness.
Yeah.
Your health,
health,
love, and happiness. Yeah, the other three.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So ideally, it's a catch-22, but health is important. Love is important. Your happiness is important.
Yeah.
So definitely don't ignore that. The money will come. I feel like, it's energy is the real currency. It's not It's not paper. It's not fiat, whatever you want to call it. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's your energy. So stay positive. Keep loving on people. Yeah. Be kind to people.
Right.
And best believe people gonna love on you too.
Yeah.
For no reason. Just because you're you. You know what I'm saying? Be the best you. That's it. Be better. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. This is good. This is good for people. Well, I have one last question. Yeah. It's a surprise question for you. So.
Oh, I'm supposed to read this out loud?
Yeah, read it out loud and then answer it.
All right, hold on. Let me read this to myself first.
Yeah,
hold on.
That's a good one.
All right. On your last day, hoping that's very far away, what will you regret not doing? It's not nothing. I told myself, I just told Dominique yesterday. I said, yo, bro, you know what's so crazy? If I was to die today, I'm really happy how my life turned out.
Wow.
I mean that from my heart. I'll tell anybody that. I've been saying that, but I told him that yesterday because I feel like he needed to hear that. Like, I feel like everything I done did thus far, of course, I don't want to go, of course. I feel like I got more to do.
Exactly.
But who I am, I live my life the best way I could. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I wake up every day striving for more, for things that I want to do. Yeah. People I want to impact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And ideally, anybody that I have impacted and I have met, I'm sure that they will probably feel the same way because when they meet me, I'm usually great energy, man. I always try to give them my best energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind to them. I try to do for others. That's my life. That's who I am. You know what I'm saying? So for me, man, I serve people, man, and that's what life is really about. How you impact people's lives. It's not just about me. I already know that, but that's what makes me happy. It's helping people. So for me, man, it's like 50 Cent. That's actually a 50 Cent song. He's like, if I die today, I'm happy how my life turned out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What
like,
song is that?
That's a lot of money. She's so weird.
That's from Give Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah, no.
I forgot what song it is. Don't worry, you're gonna find a song. I can't remember.
Hate It or Love It?
No. That's hilarious.
We'll have to look up, put the link in the bio.
I'm happy how my life turned out. Shoot outside on being, and I'm by myself. I'm locked up. I was in the box by myself. I done made myself a millionaire by myself. I'm trying to get it. The name of the song, but it's definitely gonna Give Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Which is a really good. I mean, just to talk about 50 Cent for a second, that is such a powerful way to show like transformation, right? I love that album. I love his movie. I love 50 Cent in general because like that's somebody who would have had every excuse not to do it. He didn't regret anything. Like he always like push, and it's like he's standing here today and like him alone, he's just like changed so many people's lives. So he's a number businessman.
Shout out to 50 Cent. 50. You don't know how many times I'm telling you. This is the deodorant on the dresser, and I'm really rapping like I'm being shirt off, and all mom's caught me. I'm rapping, still start rapping. I really felt like I was him, but he was really a part of our culture.
Right,
and,
inspiring.
It's so inspiring to see somebody come from where we come from, and even did things, got caught up in things, and you know what I'm saying?
Almost died. Shot 9 times.
Still, look what he worked on himself. I'm telling you what he did. He worked on himself. Forget what society wants for us. Forget that part. We want what we want, and we're going to get it.
Yeah, I have one of my sticky notes from the same album. I get up early in the morning trying to make a move. Because that is it right there. Wake up early in the morning trying to make a move, and that's it. Start your day that way.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming on the show. Can you just tell them where they can find more about you, the show, everything?
Yeah, definitely. You guys can find me on my Instagram is Growthful Mike. The show is Living Your Truth Show. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok. We also the YouTube channel is 1520 Records. That's where you can find the show at. So definitely check us out. Feel free. I appreciate you guys' support. Always appreciate Chrissy. She's amazing. It's an amazing platform. But number one thing is I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
Grateful.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to Real Estate Done Right, and we'll see you guys next time.